Hi, this is Denise, and this is the Earth Angel Goddess channel. This is a channel about everything related to moving humanity forward. Let's talk about the topic of today, which is why the people you surround yourself with matter. Because here's a little secret. You are like the 5 people you hang out with the most. Let me explain this. So, who you spend time with matters. Even if you don't think so. Even if you're like me and I'm a stubborn person and I think no one can affect me if I don't want them to. That is wrong, okay? It is very true that people around you can affect you. They can affect your energy, they can affect your thinking, they can affect your mood, they can affect how your day goes, or doesn't go for that matter. So if you have a chronic complainer as a friend and all they need you or want you to do is to fix their problem, and they literally do not give you anything in return when you are in a time of need, that person is a drainer. That person is probably someone you should limit your time with, okay? If you're married to, maybe I'll just give an example. Let's say you're married to a grumpy husband back in the day. So that really can affect your mood. It can affect your family life. It can affect everything, right? What if you have a colleague that is a sourpuss and everything's a big dang deal and they're freaking out over everything? How's that going to affect you? It's going to stimulate your nervous system and make you kind of upset most of the day, right? Let's say you go to church and they're just, doing fire and brimstone stuff, and, that you can do literally nothing right, and they're one of those kind of congregations. It's not real fun to be around that. And God is a positive being, so, I think He'd want us to be happy when we're in church. And finally, what about the neighborhood you live in? Are they kind, generous people? Or are they supremely judgmental? Or what? But just remember, different categories of people in your life, they do affect us. They do affect our well-being. They can cause us issues, or they can elevate us, right? They can also, the 5 people you hang out with the most, out of all those groups I just talked about, the 5 people, like your partner or your best friend or, colleague, think people close to you. If one of those 5 people they have poor motives, bad intentions, they're jealous, envious, they're takers but not givers, well, that's going to be a hard place to live, okay, for you. So you really need to think about who you spend time with, because it matters. And if you have conflict all the time with your partner or your spouse, I'm not an advocate for just running and getting into a divorce or something, but you know who I'm talking to. If every day you and your spouse, you don't smile at each other, you don't hold hands anymore, you don't even talk to each other, and the only passion that you have is fighting with each other because you're trying to drum up some kind of false passion because there is no other kind of passion. And relationships should be passionate. There should be fun and friendship and family and love and caring and touch and all that stuff. And if you're not getting any of that and the only thing you are doing is fighting, well, you're fighting as a last-ditch effort to try to instill some connection. It's a bid for connection, okay? So the 5 people you hang out with matters because it can make you successful, or, well, you make you successful, but it can add to your success or it can derail your success. Pick, okay? And neutral doesn't count. Neutral, it either is or it isn't with this whole thing, okay? Even people's energy, their aura, that will affect you too, okay? Even if they seem kind of nice or peaceful or whatever. Protect your peace at all costs. Think really hard about the 5 people that you hang out with the most. It really, really matters. If you hang out with gossipers, it grates on your nerves. If you hang out with gossipers, you're probably going to become a gossiper. I will tell you a story that where I worked, it was female dominated in a certain part of the building, okay? And I got along with, let's say that there were 3 ladies involved with this, okay? I got along with all 3 of them because I expect nothing less. And I'm a good egg. I get along with anybody. But I also won't tolerate bullshit real well. So when one would go in the back and talk to the other one and be, whispering and carrying on about the other one up front, I just was neutral but firm and said, I'm going to go do my progress notes now. And then I would shut my door. And that happened every time. Or when I went up front and the other ones are talking, it's like, so I knew how that stuff would affect me. So I chose to not participate in it. Okay. And if I hear that someone's telling untruths about other people, I'm the woman that will say, what? That doesn't make any sense. Explain this to me. Okay, well now how about we go to the person you're talking about and let's ask them directly and let them explain themselves. Because this kind of stuff goes on a lot. But I'm learning, and I'm kind of a little bit of a more, I see the best in people. I really work really hard at seeing the best in people. So it's kind of hard on me when I see that people do these things on purpose. Like want to gossip about people, want to slander people, want to say these kind of things. Well, you'll catch me saying, I do not want to participate, and I'll Irish goodbye that one, and I'll be gone. But just know, who you hang out with matters so greatly to the level of success that you will achieve. And if you thought about it that way, that this person could literally, if I married this person who is extremely negative and is mean to me as soon as I walk in the door, and nothing makes this person happy, and the whole night's miserable and all we are doing is arguing, or if it's not arguing, it's the dead fish, cold war silence in the relationship. That is no way to live, okay? Cut that, get rid of it, cut it off. Because you deserve happiness. Life on earth is short, and Earth School is here for a reason. You make it work and work really hard at relationships when you can, but if they are miserable, get rid of them, okay? Just say, I love you, but we're not working out, and then co-parent with them, or, be polite, have good boundaries, but, you don't need to smear them, slander them, or any other such way when you're leaving, or they're leaving you. You can have a grown-up breakup. Imagine that, So many people don't have grown-up breakups, and one party is slandering, smearing, going to your family and your neighbors and your cat and your dog, and maybe if you have a gerbil, and talking bad about the partner that left because they are trying to, promote some kind of narrative. Remember, you were with that person or friends with them or something, and at the first sign of people being like that, it is good to end relationships before it gets in too deep, before they get really out of hand. So, again, success is related to having people around you that are positive, success-oriented, generally happy, decent, kind, reciprocal humans, okay? The needy ones that always need something but won't give you anything back, those, you need to Irish goodbye those, okay? All right. So, in sum, if no one has told you this today, I will. You are special. You are loved. I love you, and God loves you, okay? And now, one more thing, I have an assignment for you, and this is an assignment for you every time I talk to you, which is I want you to go out and make the world a better place. No, you don't have to do anything supremely, you don't have to develop a huge foundation and, funnel money through that and do all, no. I'm saying just do something simple, okay? You see an older lady struggling with a walker when she's trying to get into like a restaurant or something, hold the door for her so she can get through, okay? If you are in the grocery line and there's somebody that has one thing, they're behind you and they're holding one item and you have a whole cart full of things, do something sweet. Say, go ahead of me. You only have one thing, okay? If somebody drops something on the ground as they're leaving the dang grocery store and their hands are full, be that person to pick that up and give that to that person, okay? Yes. If you see a woman walking at night and she's looking nervous, because every woman in the world has had to do this, like, oh shit, who's coming behind me kind of thing. If you're a nice dude and you say, I don't want to freak you out, lady, but it seems like you're a little nervous walking at night by yourself. Can I accompany you to where you're going to go? And she may say, no, but she may see that you're a decent human and say, yes. Do things like that, okay? So go out and make the world a better place. Bye for now.